How do I walk past him in my bedroom?
He came to go to your bedroom and you were coming out of your bedroom.
That does not make sense.
Anyway, Mark, that's what happened. So we put it on the table. I don't like it that you're not talking to each other.
Like, I know you don't want to hear that, but I do. I hate him. Every word out of his mouth is just, I want to hear it.
Why? What
Because
did you
it's
do?
always bad. Every word out of his mouth.
What's the answer always bad?
Like, okay, let's think. I think you said 4 things that I remember hearing from him. One of them was when you were sending me that email was coming out of your account, this family.
Oh.
Yeah. And you were like, oh, Dad said a virus came from my email. And I was like, oh, it's not a virus, it's just his family. And then Mike said, oh no, actually that is a virus. It's just not a harmful one. That's fucking annoying. No, it's not. He's just wanting to put me down. That's how I interpret that.
Right, but
I come upstairs to watch the footy. My team is playing. Didn't even go to the television, by the way. Had to wait until it was halfway through the second quarter until my team was put on. Within 20 seconds of watching, oh, neither of these look like final sides.
where did that
Michael! Fuck it, straight back downstairs. Don't even want to fucking look at him. Just every single thing he does and says when I'm around is you're a fucking bowder. And I don't want a piece of that shit.
Mark, I don't think that's what. I think you're just saying it that way. Because I don't think you're saying it. It's like the thing about being in the room. 2 people in the room at the same time are never going to see the same thing. This is how you're
Mum.
seeing what he says.
He went out of his way to hurt me because he thought I was the worst human being on the planet.
100 years ago.
That was 2 years ago.
And I
Why would I want to be around that
And
person?
I thought that you guys resolved that. No, we didn't.
I came home because I had to. I was forced to. So I was forced to put up with it. He's gone now. I do not want to have to fucking put up with him anymore.
And how do you think that makes me feel?
I know you don't want to hear it, Mum.
Not only you don't want to put up with him, but that you didn't want to come home and you were forced to.
Well, Mum, you were a bitch before I left as well. Like, I wouldn't want to leave now. I got offered to leave. Again. And I didn't. I said, no, I'm going to stay. I don't want to leave. But you were a bitch before I left.
Because you were the perfect child?
No, because when the whole thing blew up and I was mad as fuck, you said it was my fault.
No, Mark.
Yes, you did.
No.
And you were like, oh, well, what gives you the right to yell at me? When you were trying to get those two alone together.
No, I wasn't trying to get them alone together.
Yes, you were.
Listen to me. That night when everything happened, I didn't know any.
I know you didn't know anything.
All I thought that was going on was that Michael had stepped in between you and Kim. Stepped in between between you because you had lost your temper.
Yes,
Yeah.
I lost my temper.
In anyone else's eyes, Mum, that would be a brave thing for Michael to do, to step in between you and anybody. Why would you think that me, as a responsible person, would leave someone who's half your fucking size when you were that rapeable? I thought that I was actually protecting her and protecting you from doing anything to her.
I have no objections with how you acted that night. You had no idea what was going on. I'm only how you acted after that night. When you knew everything, when you got told everything.
When did I find out? Not that night.
No, later on. When Michael came out and said everything that had happened, you were still fucking pissed with how I acted towards you. And that's bullshit.
I was pissed because how you acted towards me.
Yes.
Explain to me. Because I'm lost now, yeah.
We were in the lounge room and everything came out. Mike admitted everything. And after that happened, you turned to me and you were still mad that I had yelled at you or raised my voice at you. That was your whole concern. You didn't give a shit about anything else.
Oh, yes, I did. Give a shit about everything else. And if you had spoken to your brother, you would know how much of a shit I gave about it.
I don't care how you acted towards him, Mum. Why would I care about that?
So the fact that I was upset that you ranted and raved and screamed and
was mad as fuck.
right.
I have a fucking reason to be mad as fuck.
Okay, but I didn't do anything. So I don't think you have any right to be that mad at me.
What were you doing, Mum? You were trying to get them alone together. Why would I not yell at you?
I wasn't trying to get them alone together.
Yes, you were.
I was
You were
trying
taking them
to
both out of the house. That was
diffuse
your
the
plan.
situation.
But that wasn't diffusing the situation, was it? That was your plan. I agree. But that's not what it was doing, was it?
If they had not been in the house, you would have had time to calm down.
What? How would that have helped anything?
Mum, God knows what you do when you go off the planet. So how was it not a good idea to take everything away so that you can calm down and think about it and not go spastic at anything? Anyone, I should
Because
say.
I did leave the house. Remember? I left the house.
How can I remember you leaving the house because I went to work?
I went to Jody's house for like an hour and a half. I came back, and guess what? They were together.
I went to work, Mum. So how
How is that
do I
relevant?
know? How do I know where you went?
Why does it matter if you know? The whole point is that didn't help at all. It made everything worse.
What do you mean they were together? They weren't together.
No, they weren't together. They were together. They were both outside. I couldn't find either of them.
That little bitch, you, in fact, for everything that happened in that whole situation, you started it. Because you have such a hatred for your brother.
I did not have a hatred for him before that happened.
Oh, Mum! You and Michael constantly fought!
We're fucking brothers!
Exactly.
We're meant to! Do you see us fighting anymore? Do you see us fighting anymore? Of course not.
Oh.
Exactly, because now I fucking hate him. If I hated him before, we wouldn't have fought.
You had such a shit relationship with him before that. You told this little bitch, and she put herself in between you. She did that to see what your reaction would be.
How does that make any sense?
That makes plenty of sense.
No, how is that being my fault? Make any sense? Like, there's always going to be something I hate.
Right. The fact that she knew how much.
Why? How does this justify your actions? This is completely off
My
track.
actions, I am justified in my actions. I
I'm not talking about what you were doing then. I'm talking about at the aftermath you were still pissed at me.
I was not just pissed at you. But yes, I was pissed at you.
Exactly.
But not just you. So all you see is that I'm still pissed at you and you don't see the rest of the whole fucking picture because none of that matters to you. All that matters is your part of it.
How am I meant to say anything else, Mum? I don't see anything else. All I see is you were fucking ropeable at me. For what happened to me. And you weren't sad. You didn't care. You were just mad. Never did you try and talk to me and go, you know, this sucks, Mark. I feel bad about what fucking happened. That's an absolute shit. No, you were just fucking mad at me.
You really didn't give me much chance to talk to you after it, Mark.
You had your chance. We were right there. We were all sitting down calmly talking about the situation.
When?
When we were in the lounge room together. When Michael was admitting what had happened. And you didn't care.
I don't remember it.
Well, I do.
Who knows what the fuck I took that day?
That was the decision that made me leave. Was you being fucking mad at me. No, don't worry. I came to you with a serious conversation about how I'm feeling like shit. And everybody's making me feel like shit. And you end up yelling at me again. And saying, oh, that was all your fault, Mark. Thanks. I feel brilliant now. That's awesome.